Entrepreneur is the most boring and the most ridiculous thing to do, and becoming rich is like you have to be a complete loser type of behavior to do this thing. And it is very nerd, and really the label should not be rich and not should be successful. The label should be that you have to be completely ruthless weirdo. You gotta be 100% weird, nerd, and extremely boring, and something that gonna give you so much pressure, like, yo, what am I doing? Activate motivation. I don't know if I made these topics before or not. Do me a favor, you need to watch this. It's very important, okay? I think entrepreneur is so damn boring that nobody's really talking about this. And when you see the successful rich people who are actually talking, they're not even covering the main part. And this is the one thing the media is not covering, and I'm not okay with this, okay? They're not saying, like, they said, like, hey, Steve Jobs is so successful, Apple CEO, the new chairman, they're so successful, look at him, because of him we did so much. There's so many nerds out there who's controlling this whole world. But what we don't know and what they're not covering, that to do all of this thing, you have to be absolute abnormally boring and the most loser type of thing. Like, it is so unbelievable to think, and you want to like double, triple, like quadruple question yourself that are you really sure you want to head this way? Not because of the work, because the work, there's a struggle to do the work, there's a time frame, there's a certain way to do this work, I get that. But this stuff, to becoming rich and becoming an entrepreneur, as a hardcore entrepreneur or medium entrepreneur, you have to be ruthless, they say, or you have to be a hardcore to become an extremely boring. Do you get that? Like, I want you to integrate that. For that, I need you to save this and like this and put a heart on it. Otherwise, you're not gonna get this type of necessity pop-up. And also, by the way, 9 Thing at a Time podcast, entrepreneur, like when I used to have a minimum wage job and there's so much drama and all these people that I used to work with that I do not even stand, there was a different beauty. I'm pretty sure a lot of you agree with this, is that even the bad jobs, even the odd jobs are so much fun. Like, you know, how many times you fantasize, how many times you think about your past job, the old jobs, like those jobs are so freaking fun, man. Even the most boring 9-to-5 job, well, boring 9-to-5 job is really bad, but like, look, even you work in a bad restaurant, it's so much fun because you're dealing with another human and all this, etc., etc. But once you're getting money, once you're having a car, like, you know, I still miss my public transportation time. When I used to ride on a cheap train, I used to have so much fun. I used to talk to so many people. I used to meet so many people. We used to have a same colleague. We used to go to train together. How fun. Every single day, same different people. It was so much fun. It was active. You know, I was happier, but of course I was a little stressed too at that time because, you know, you had to wake up certain time to be on the bus, train stations and all that stuff. But nowadays, once you buy a car, your meeting people just cut down like 80%, literally, like when you buy a car, okay? Entrepreneur is so freaking boring, and what they're not covering is that how every single day you gotta do the same thing over and over. And not even that, like, okay, you have to be good at doing the same thing every day over and over, I get that, but you wake up and you have to touch your computer. Do you understand how sicko does that sound like? Like, you have to wake up next day, okay, here, I woke up, I went to gym and I worked out, went outside for a walk, and I came back home. Okay, now open up your computer. Like, what in the world is that? Like, what do you mean? Like, you wake up, it's Friday morning, you know, you said direct deposit day, you woke up and you're gonna do this. That's it. Let's work on a computer. We're gonna work as a team in a computer, or not, or by yourself, okay? Like, even playing a video game, there's like a movement, there's like okay, you know what, there's an adventure involved, there's something, there's like, okay, if I do this, there's gonna be a reward, there's gonna be tokens, they're gonna be level up. But when you do it, when you come in, when you're your own boss, you have no directions to go. You just you make up your directions, you make up your own little map of you. But to do that, you have to live extremely boring life. Means you cannot do whatever you love to do. And this is so damn challenging for the extroverted people. Like, how many times an extroverted people, like, or high status people or popular people have to shove themselves into this box to grow your product and brands? Like, that is unbelievable. Like, I'm the most people person ever, and I have met so many people. I have spoken, like, the mileage I have on my body and the mileage I have in my mouth, it's so much, you know. And now at the even I think I'm still like young, even in this age I'm gonna end up in a front of a computer every day. Like, you're no longer a human anymore, you're a machine. You understand? Like, this whole thing is so uncomfortable, and they're not, and I'm so high tech. I don't hear Elon Musk saying that. I don't hear any successful people say that. How many ticker symbol out there, how many company ticker symbol out there? Imagine all of them are literally the same, what I'm telling you right now. Now that is unbelievable. Here's a life. We have so many opportunity, we have so many things. There's a rule says, hey, if you pay premium, you can have a good lifestyle, you can buy stuff outside. Okay, we wake up, we're gonna say, hey, no, I'm not gonna buy anything, I'm not gonna eat anything premium, I'm gonna go open up my computer and I'm gonna do some creations. Like what? Like, to do this, even to make this, do you know how boring it is to make something like this? Like, talking is easy, like, I think it's like more or this is, to be honest, I want to kind of like label it like abnormal, to be honest. It's not no discipline, it's not even discipline. Like, discipline for what? I think saving pennies is very abnormal. There's people like that who are billionaire, who are millionaire, who just want to count pennies. That is almost like abnormal. To become rich and billionaire, you gotta do this. And there's a struggle when people who like to constantly stimulate or dopamine minded, who like to always do something new. How many boys and girls out there who always like to go out? Otherwise you're not gonna like it. You like to go out, you're constantly going outside for a walk. For these people, it's very hard, becoming CEO, because you only have one life. And the thing is that, oh, hey, stay focused, one day you're gonna become rich. Okay, but that's one day I might become rich, one day I become successful. Okay, I want it now. How about one day we'll do this boring stuff to become an entrepreneur, one day we'll work on becoming rich, but right now I really want to live my life. Right now I want to really go hook up with a bunch of 19 years old. That's really the best thing to do right at this moment. Right now I don't want to do this. Like, come on, what is this? That's the thing that's like they're not covering. Nobody's covering. I'm the only one who's covering. You want to press the save and like and heart on these videos. That is so, like, imagine how many doctors go through this now. For people who already have a girl at home, you guys are kind of like a little bit disqualified, to be honest, because you're actually spending time and being with, hey, after 7 o'clock I'm gonna spend time with my girl and she's with you. Matter of fact, let's put a label called wife. Like, hey, after 7 o'clock I'm gonna spend time with my wife. Like, those people, you guys, not so priority for this video, but this is for people who are like by themselves and doing everything 100% them, with people's help or without people's help, but then they got no one else to go to like that. Like, nah. Entrepreneur is the most boring and the most ridiculous thing to do, and becoming rich is like you have to be a complete loser type of behavior to do this thing. And it is very nerd, and really the label should not be rich and not should be successful. The label should be that you have to be completely ruthless weirdo. You gotta be 100% weird, nerd, and extremely boring, and something that gonna give you so much pressure. Like, yo, what am I doing? Like, it's almost like you're working in a dark warehouse by yourself while everybody else is sleeping. Like, that is the real world, my friend. Okay, so if you guys are going through this, please press a heart. If you know somebody's going through this, yes, you're gonna make it or you might not make it, but it's good. It's better than spending money outside. I get that, but you know what, at least they said to take one day off. I disagree. If you really love to be outside, if you don't have to become rich. You can become a thousandaire. That's enough. Okay, but at least take 2 days off and do what do you love to do. But don't also make this entrepreneur change your entire life. Okay, that will really disappoint me. So I authorize this message, I approve this message. Please put a heart on this and check out my other videos. All right, entrepreneur is total, like, being successful, like, bro,